Hello. So in this video, we want to talk about the second part of the setup, which is the financial part, the accounting aspect of the school system. So basically, you want to tell the system the kind of fees you charge, uh, how much. I mean, you can set up values for the fees each term or each semester, whichever system you run. So let's see how to set it up in the system. Then eventually, in subsequent videos, we see how to use them. So first, let's just introduce the fees, all the fees the school charges. I mean, the various fees. We just set them up in the system so that we can select them and apply them to something, right? So let's say you can have tuition fee. There's a name. Okay. What other fees? Let's say uh, was it PTA? Let's say you have PTA dues. Let's assume there's canteen. We're just assuming that these are the fees. Then let's say boarding. Uh, let's say housing for boarding house people. Housing fee, something like that. Okay, so at this point, we've just told the system all the fees we have, right? The next step is to apply these to tell the system that okay, if you're a boarding student, then this particular fee applies to you. If you're in grade one, these are the ones that apply to you, that kind of thing. So that's the next bit of it. So that one, go to fee setup, something like let me see, where is it? Okay, is it here? Okay, so set up term fees. Okay, no, this is when we want to apply the at the beginning of the term, when you want to tell parents how much they have to pay for each of the awards. But then there is a setup. There's a class fee setup here. This one. Let's bring it up. Okay. So this is the one we are interested in. So here we're just selecting. Let's say we select grade one, and we say as for grade one, they'll pay canteen. There's no housing fee, but there's tuition fee as well. So we select these two, and they say they apply to grade one if you're a day student. Okay, so grade one day student is your fee. Okay, then let's say grade one boarding. Uh, we don't have grade one boarding, but let's assume we have. Then in that case, we want to add something for housing. Okay, so let's say grade two. So we go through this process like this. Let's say grade two. Uh, these are the ones that will apply to a day. This one, let's say this one will apply as well. Okay, so you get the idea. Let's say go to grade three, take housing out, but grade three maybe you want to add PTA dues. Uh, then okay, so that's the okay. So let's do it for the day. Hey students, so basically we do this. So I'm doing this up to grade three. Just okay, let me continue to four. We just finish that soon. So let's say if you're in grade four, day this applies. Boarding so apply five. Boarding this all this apply. Then day we take this one out. Okay, so you get the idea. So at this point, the system knows the fees that apply to each class, but the amount for each fee will be set up at the beginning of the term because these figures vary, they keep changing. So let's say at the beginning of a term, that's when we come here and you select. So now if you select grade 1, you see grade 1 board and you see what you have here. Let's go to grade 1 day. So you see this. So you can say that, okay, grade 1 day is the the canteen is this, but let's say the tuition is this. Okay, so this this is the idea, right? Okay, so this is how you set it up. So each grade you select, so as soon as you're done, you just record. But you don't do this. The setup, we are done with the setup. The setup allows us to do this later. So we're done with the setup. We do this one at the beginning of a term. We finished the setup when we went here, when we did this class fee setup. That's the setup part of it. So this is done once, and subsequently we are able to, at the beginning of each term, set the fees that people pay. And when students make payment, obviously we talk about these two: fee payment when students make payment, and when we need to debit a student account. We look at those ones too in subsequent videos. Okay, so that's it for the accounting setup of the system.